Welcome to the Weather Centre. As we head towards the weekend, we're tracking quite an intense cut-off low system over the western part of the country. In fact, the South African Weather Service have issued a number of warnings with that. They've issued a warning for heavy rain over parts of the Western and Eastern Cape. Now that's in the shade of red, where we could see more than 50 millimetres of rainfall over a 24-hour period. And with that amount of rain in a short period of time, we could also see some localised flash flooding. They've also issued a warning for gale force winds along the coast, with those southeasterly winds already picking up on Friday afternoon, and that's particularly between Cape Point and Cape Agulhas, with average wind speeds of up to 74 kilometres per hour. Now here's a satellite which shows that system that's actually bringing in all of the cloudy and wet weather as well as the windy conditions. You'll start to see that cloud spinning in a clockwise direction along the west coast. Now that's where the low is situated on Friday afternoon, and you'll see it's already bringing in a few showers along the west coast. Now what's interesting with this type of system is that although we're expecting a large amount of rainfall, we'll also see a break in that cloud and rain with quite a bit of sunshine, thinking that most of it's cleared out, but then the return current of that low brings in cloudy and wet weather yet again, and we'll see that happen as the low pressure evolves and starts to move along the coast. We'll also see quite a bit of cloud and rainfall move in over the eastern part of the country. You'll see that tropical moisture flowing in over South Africa, bringing in cloudy and wet weather as well as a few thunder showers with that. In fact, here's our rainfall probability map for Friday, with widespread thunder showers and showers forecast over the Western Cape, and you'll also see that widespread thunderstorm activity over parts of KwaZulu-Natal, the Free State and the Eastern Cape, with a slightly lower chance of rainfall as we head towards the northwest, and then isolated thunder showers along the west coast. Here's a look at the Western Cape, where you'll see a southeasterly wind bringing in this cloudy and wet weather. Now that's very unusual for the Western Cape, because normally a southeasterly wind is associated with clear and sunny conditions, but when we have a cut-off low, we see that southeasterly wind bringing in cloudy and wet weather, as well as gale force southeasterly winds, with those winds then also picking up the height of the waves, and that's commonly known as a black southeaster, and doesn't really occur very often, but it usually is associated with quite a bit of rainfall. Now here's an overall picture of a 48-hour rainfall accumulation. It takes us through Friday as well as Saturday, and you'll see that the shades of red represent more than 100 millimetres of rainfall over a 48-hour period, and that's particularly over parts of the Western and Eastern Cape, and that even spills over into parts of the Free State. So that also makes the roads very wet, especially if you're heading out for the weekend, so please make sure you drive safely, as it will be slippery and some of those roads could even be flooded. Now you ask yourself, will the rainfall and wet weather continue throughout the weekend? Well, our extended forecast for Sunday shows that in the Eastern Cape we're still expecting cloudy and wet weather, and all of that cloud and rain, and also keep daytime highs on the cool side. However, we're expecting clearer conditions from the west. By Monday, most things clear out across South Africa, with that sunshine returning to the forecast and daytime highs also steadily on the increase. That's all from me for now, but we'll be keeping a very close eye on this weather and of course the system, and we'll be updating you on eNCA.com as well as eNCA on DSTV channel 403 and ETV. Stay safe, stay dry, and keep watching the weather.
News that moves. eNCA.com.